Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and we are inside my 1999 Porsche 911, which I named Apollo 911 because when I bought it, it had 243,000 miles, which is the equivalent distance from the Earth to the Moon, but it was certainly no rocket ship. That has certainly changed now. Here we go. Now it has an LS3 V8 from my Chevrolet Corvette, and way more power than stock. But somehow, some way, over the course of 5 years of ownership that's kind of been off and on in love and hate, I have $50,000 into this Porsche. $50,000 into a car that looks like absolute trash. It is in total terrible condition. As I said, 250,000 miles almost on it. And, well, it's the most unloved generation of 911 pretty much ever made, from the worst year with the ugliest headlights, and I have $50,000 into it. But I don't care. I don't care. And we'll get back to the garage and I'll explain why I've managed to spend so much money on this car and why I don't care. It's worth it. No, I don't care. The LS engine works beautifully with an adapter for renegade hybrids with the Porsche transmission, so the transaxle, everything else is all Porsche. The electronics, other than this tachometer here, all Porsche. This thing goes down the road like it was born this way. No more IMS bearings to worry about with this 996, but I'll show you all that in a tour of this haggard 996, but it fits in really, really well with my collection of cars. And, well, I'll end today's video with a random drive of a car that's worth $3 million or more. The most expensive car I've ever driven by a lot, and my ultimate dream car. Well, this was my ultimate dream car, and then other cars, but my real ultimate end-all be-all dream car. It was incredible. So you're probably wondering, how does this idiot have $50,000 into this old thing? And well, it wasn't that hard, actually. I bought the car for $9,500. It was the cheapest Porsche 911 for sale in the USA, the first time I had ever said that. And, well, I ended up spending about $5,000 fixing and modifying it before the engine blew. So I had $15,000 into it when I made the decision to LS swap. The kit was like $7,500. The engine itself around $5,000, and then other odds and ends, labor and stuff like that. With $17,000 total all in to LS swap the thing, which put me at $32,000 into the car. I enjoyed it for a little while, and then I blew it up on the track again. I was so disgusted that, well, I decided to sell it. I didn't think you all would want to watch another LS swap back to back of me doing it over and over again, and I didn't have the money to do it. I barely had the money to do the LS swap the first time. Maxed out a credit card hoping the video views would pay for it, and well, it did, but I didn't think it was going to be able to do it again. So I sold the car for $10,000. That means I took a $22,000 loss on this car, and it sat for years. Now, the person I sold it to did store it for a number of years, and he bought a replacement LS3 engine, which was every bit of $5,000, I imagine, again, and he started to take things apart, but then sort of lost steam there, and it sat for years. And I messaged him wanting to buy the car back. He had a couple of grand in shipping, obviously an engine, all that stuff, and wanted to see what it would take to buy this car back, and that number was $20,000. So it was $32,000, then I sold it, so it was $22,000 into the hole, but then I bought it back for $20,000. That puts me at $42,000 into this 911. I had to ship it back, and then I had to pay the wizard, as you saw, $3,000 to put the engine back in and sort the thing out. I had also lost the wheels because I'd sold them. The ones that were on it were, really bad, so I had to source these wheels, which were off my purple 911. These cost something like $1,800, so I'm probably just shy of $50,000 into this car now. $50,000 into this beautiful, beautiful thing, which I will give you a tour of now in its current, well, dusty but shabby chic condition. So the cheapest Porsche 911 in the USA, this thing certainly is not. It just, well, it looks like it. A funny coincidence, the day after I brought this car home most recently, here a few days ago, was also the 5-year anniversary of me buying this car in Orange County, California. It popped up as a Facebook memory, so I know it exactly. Facebook's a bad thing, but yeah, picked it up in Orange County, drove it down to San Diego to help open a Freddy's down there, a friend of mine's Freddy's, and well, it didn't miss a beat the entire time. We took it on the dyno as well while I was doing that, and you know, it had plenty of power. But one thing I'm so glad that I didn't end up doing is painting it. I thought this thing needs to be cleaned up and made look nice again, the etched paint and everything, and I didn't do it. This car has original paintwork, and I'm so happy that I left it original and in this patina. I was gonna do yellow or something crazy like that. What's funny is it even has the grease marks from when it went through the wholesale auction and they were noting damages. And this little crack in the tail light right here. So that's from over 5 years ago, but this thing is well used, and it wasn't really abused. It was just a well-used car with almost 250,000 miles on it. But what was really cool, being a 99, being an early car, it had this funky interior and the sports seats, which I absolutely love. The shifter, well, has gotten more beat up since I first got it. I mean, this is 5 years now, and the leathers continue to have wear and tear. A little holes developed over there, but mostly it's the same faded lobster Pepto-Bismol interior that it's had this entire time. And if there was one thing that I would have done different, I wish I had embraced the runny egg headlights. When I got this car, I felt like I needed to hide them in shame, and that's why I got these glue-on covers, which are, well, pretty permanently glued onto there. And the headlights are kind of melted, but I should have just embraced the runny egg look and left it alone. But now it's sort of part of the car, so I need to leave it. Of course, the stripe, that's not going anywhere. The wizard put that on himself 5 years ago, so we'll leave that for the lulz. And I'm just so happy to have this car back, because this was the attainable dream car for me. Before this, I had never owned a Porsche 911. I had always wanted one, and this car, being only $9,500 with my meager budget at the time, made that possible. Of course, the real dream came true with the SLS AMG that came about a year ago. Incredible car with the gold wing doors, the 6.2 liter V8. Getting that car felt so good. And when you have that sense of accomplishment and joy for the first time, it's hard to repeat, even as you raise the stakes with the SLS. As cool as it is, it's not the same as that first feeling of getting this 911. A Countach, of course. I have a Countach now. It was a crazy spur of the moment, total dream come true that I have a Countach. And, well, it was very expensive as well, but it's not the same as getting the 911. And then, of course, the Z8, which was the most expensive car I ever bought. The Countach is certainly worth more, but this individually was the most expensive car I've ever bought. I had dreamed of owning one of these since the James Bond movie came out, and I have it now, and I'm so happy. But the joy of having this 911 for the first time, taking it cross country, doing all the things I did with it, I mean, you just can't replace that. Same with, well, anything else in the garage. And that's why I am so happy to have this thing back. It is my first big project, my first success really with YouTube. And I mean, look at this crazy thing. Look at it. And without you watching this first big project and the other projects that came after this car, well, none of this would be possible. And that's why I'm so happy to have this thing back. And that's why I'm totally happy having $50,000 in this absolutely ruined 911 that is certainly not worth that. The memories, the content, the fact that this car created so much, I am so happy to have it back. And, well, indirectly because of this car, I was able to drive my dream car, a 300 SL Gullwing. And this happened because of Car Trek. We were filming on Pikes Peak, driving up in the cars, which you'll see in December, and randomly there was a rally of 300 SLs going up as well. One of them was a Gullwing, an original patina finish, just like this. And, well, Ed and I begged my way into driving this thing. So I'm filming for Car Trek right now, about to drive up Pikes Peak in a car that is not this. I just happen to be doing a 300 SL rally, and this is an original Survivor 1955 300 SL Gullwing worth millions of dollars. Millions of dollars, and I'm driving it. My absolute dream car. Holy moly. Be a short little jaunt though, but still. Holy smokes. Now this SL is owned by R&R Automotive Restorations. They specialize in 300 SLs. They have several for sale right now. Maybe someday I'll be buying some of the road. This one my goodness, the patina. I'm hill climbing Pikes Peak in a 300 SL going. Oh my God! Oh my God! Ah! Oh, this is so much better than the Tesla. Hello, peasants. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
And it's green. The green interior, original, the green exterior just falling apart. Even a little battle damage down here. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I mean, this is the car of my dreams right here, and I'm driving it. Oh my God. Oh, it's got the knockoff wheels. My God. Oh. Sweet mother. Wow. Holy moly. Thank you so much, R&R Automotive Restorations. Oh, this is the best car ever. Look at the gauges, look at the wear on them. So obviously a little random and disjointed. I had no preparation at all to drive a 300 SL Gullwing. It was just there, and I drove it. Absolutely incredible. And maybe someday I'll own one. I mean, this car, I've owned it, and so many other amazing things. I never thought a 300 SL would be possible, but maybe it is. I never thought a Countach would be possible, or a Z8 or an SLS, so maybe it's possible, and it's all because you all watch these videos. So thank you so much for watching.
There you go.
Oh my, it's Tina as a much more expensive call girl.
Millions and millions of dollars this car is.
Well, I don't know about millions.
What is the meaning?
They're having a rally for these up on Pikes Peak where we're about to drive, and they're like, hey, you want to drive one? And I'm like, yeah. And
Wow, well what if I told you we planned this entire thing along with Ticket Clinic and Auto Tempest just so you'd have the chance to drive your absolute dream car?
That's not true.
It's not. We're not that thoughtful, Tyler, but I'm very happy for you. This is really something special.